Hey, welcome to the following review where I go over some games or anything that really I fell in love with. See you guys a little later. Have a great day and have a great time. Currently, CrossCode is a demo and a very cool one at that. It became one of my favorite games in just a few minutes, and my love for it can be explained in three different parts: the story, the art, and the gameplay of the game. The story, it starts off pretty fast, not with a lot of context, but this demo can be explained in really two parts. The first part is pretty much a prologue, or maybe it's a future event, I'm not sure, but it starts off with a girl trying to save someone from a manipulative or evil man, and then it moves on to the next part, where you build experience with Lee, a mute blue-haired girl with horns for some reason or another. The horns might be because of a scientist, hint hint. And then you move on to like learning the basics with Lee. You learn how to play the game, how to use most of the abilities. And just for this, for just interacting and learning a little more about the environment, like how MNOs became such a big part of the world, and it just seems so interesting. You could give it a 6 out of 10. But the potential of the game, of where they can go with it, it becomes an 8 out of 10 easily. And then just going on to the art of the game. Unlike most RPGs that are free, this is very beautiful graphics, and the gameplay is even more great. I feel like at every moment the developer put their heart into it, and during the speeches or when you interact with another character, your character is mute to clarify again, so mostly it's the characters that are talking to you, your own expression changes. Like when they insult you, you seem to be a little angry or something close to it. And I can't even forget the illustrations on the backgrounds, and everything seems to have like some meaning to it. And when you see one part where you see the city, it looks so beautiful. It's the part where this is the part of the game where I have to give it a 10 to 10 out experience. It's that great of an art for just an RPG free demo. And then you move on to the gameplay. At the first starting, I thought it was just going to be a smash and play kind of game. A game where you attack an enemy and then move on to the next one. There's no problem with that game, but it's sometimes just get repetitive. Just hit, 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 move on. But then they moved it into like a puzzle kind of game where you had to figure out how to use your abilities to move forward, and it was very interesting. Even had a 3D kind of graphic where you had to go on ledges to shoot some areas, and then you had to move on from there. You had to move around and use different abilities, and not the abilities you thought you had to use. I would give that part of the game just a 9 out of 10. And other things I like, the characters, that's something I loved about the game too. I love that almost every single character had something to say and almost something to add to the story. When you first are able to say your first words, thanks to some programming, I believe, you're able to like interact a little bit more. They say, "Oh, you can talk now," or something like that. They interact with you and move forward with the story. And even the characters you are more into the story have like more of a major part, they seem to grow and become even more interesting, and they help you along. And something else I love about the game is just it has so much potential. In just like a one little preview, you see that you can wear gear now, that there's going to be a skill tree with so many different kinds of skills you can learn. There's going to be new monsters you can fight, and it's just going to be so much interesting. And just with the story growing and become better, I feel like the game, it has so much it can be in the future. And next part is like, would I play the game again? And it's a big fat yes, I would play the game again. As soon as there's more to go off of, more updates, more, I would be playing this game more and more. This game in just a demo made a fan out of me. In my overall thoughts, I love the game to depth. I really hope to see more of it later on. The overall rating I have to give the game is 9.5 out of 10. It was a great game, and I cannot wait to see what they can do with it in the future. This is the following review, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye.